So this is just for different. Hello there viewers, and welcome to chapter 4. Today we're going to be looking at sales and sales returns, so let's get started. So why use a sales daybook? What is segregation of duties? Sales returns daybook, analyze sales daybook. These are the things that we're going to look at and a comprehensive example at the end. The 5 stages of accounting. So first of all you've got a transaction, then you've got a document, book of prime entry. We've seen this plenty of times before in chapter 1, chapter 3. Then we've got ledger accounts, trial balance. Here we're going to be looking at sales invoice, sales daybook, and then the ledger accounts, and then we're not going to look at the trial balance today. From invoice to book of prime entry, so let's see, have a look at how you transfer this. So 552, Danny Turner, issue date. So we're just taking the amounts and transferring them. We've seen this before as well. We've got a total £93.60, VAT amount is £93.60, and the net amount is £90. Book of prime entry, we've got the sales daybook and the sales returns daybook. The reasons that we use prime entry accounts, because then the double entry accounting system, the ledger accounts, they're seen as the main accounts, and they should be very accurate, whereas the sales daybook and the sales returns daybook, they're junior accounts and they're not part of the main accounts, so before they're transferred into the main accounts they should be checked. So for that reason it increases the accuracy, because they're checked before they're entered into the real or main accounts. Another reason is segregation of duties. Now what this means is that more than one person is in the accounting system, and what this does is it reduces the chance of fraud. The reason is that the two people would have to be in collusion for there to be for fraud to take place, and if one person did fraud, then the other person would normally find it out very quickly. Obviously people still do fraud, but it doesn't completely wipe it out, but it just helps if there's two people doing it. The other person does a double entry. So say if you had a big accounting system with loads of transactions, then one person would manage the sales daybook. They could check all the figures, etc., and then the other person would then check the totals, check everything matches, and then enter into the main accounts, the double entry system. So there's more than one reason why you'd use a sales daybook. The accounting system for credit sales, so you've got a sale, and then you've got the invoice, then you've got the sales daybook, then you've got the subsidiary sales ledgers, and then you've got the sales ledger control, which is the main ledger account, and then you've got all the subsidiary accounts. So this is what a sales daybook looks like. You've got a sales, you've got the gross amounts, you've got the VAT and the net amounts, so there's nothing here that you would not expect to see. Let's carry on. Then the totals figures are carried over to the subsidiary sales ledgers. So these are all the sales ledgers. They're the individual accounts of the customers. So you've got 120, 60, 240 and 120. So they come from these amounts here. 120, 60, 40, and then 120 again. So then subsidiary ledger to the main ledger. So then you've got these in the main ledger. So you've got sales ledger control, you've got the VAT account, and then the sales account. So the sales ledger control will have the total. So this is the total. The VAT amounts for all of these individual customers would be £90, and then the net amounts will go to the sales account, which is 450. Accounting for credit sales returns. So then you've got sales returns, then you've got sales credit note, you've got sales returns daybook, then you've got the ledger accounts. So these accounts will be the same as for the sales accounts, and then you've got the sales ledger control, which will be the same for the sales account as well as the sales returns. They're both the same. Sales returns was made for £20, including VAT. How does this look in the main accounts? So if it's including VAT, that means there's VAT included in this, so you need to work that out, which is £4. So let's have a look at that. So we've got ABC Limited, the total amount is here, we've got £4 of VAT, and the net amount is £16. How would it look in the main accounts? So we've got ABC Limited, we've got £120. The return is there is £20, and then you've got these are on the opposite side that they would be. So they're on this side, and for the sales amounts they would be on this side. Okay, the analysed cash book. So an analysed cash book, sorry, this is not an analysed cash book, this is an analysed sales day, but there's also an analysed cash book, which is why it came into my mind. But for today we are looking at the analysed sales day book. So the analysed sales day book just gives extra information. So for example, say that you was a clothing manufacturer and you launched a plus size models range and you wanted to find out how much of the sales was for that. So you could analyse it like this. So £40 of this sale, for example, was a normal sale, and then for the plus size models there was £20. So you can see that in total there was £60 for the plus size models, and sorry, not the plus size model, the plus size range, and then £40 for the normal range. So this is a way of checking, and it's a way that you can check your accounts basically and have extra information in it. Okay, now we're going to look at the Bombay Curry House. So we've got sales on credit. Drake, Rihanna returns. Drake returns something for £5 and Rihanna returns something for £10. So obviously normally when you go visit a curry house you have to pay up front, but it's because we've got Drake and Rihanna going to this curry house, they're not going to charge them up front. They're going to allow them to have some credit. So let's see how this works. So we've got Drake, he pays £20, Rihanna pays £40. How will this look in the sales day book? Let's have a look. So we've got Drake, and then we've got Rihanna. And how much does Drake spend? Can't remember. £20. And then Rihanna spends £40, so that will be £4 of VAT, that will be £8 of VAT, and then that will be £24 altogether, that will be £48 altogether. So how this returns, how will this look in the sales ledger control? So here we've got the total, that will be £72, and it comes from the sales day book. And then we've got the VAT amount, which also came from the sales day book, and that came to £4, was it? No, £12 altogether. And then we've got sales day book again, and that came to sales is £60 altogether. Alright, let's carry on. Sales ledger. So Drake, how much was the total for Drake? Sales day book. And then how much was the total for the sales day book of Rihanna? That was 48, wasn't it? And that one was 24, I believe. Yep, 24. And then let's have a look at this one. The sales returns. Now, how much did they return? 5 and 10. So you got Drake returned £5 worth of goods. 5. The VAT is 1. The total is 6. Rihanna, she returned, what did she return? She returned 10, and the amount was that for that, that's 12. Okay, sales returns daybook. Right, let's have a look. How does that look here? Right, sales returns daybook, and that one was £12. SDRB, how much was that? That was £6, wasn't it? Yep, 6. So let's have a look up here. We've got SDRB, so what was the total of that? SDRB, oh, I forgot the R. SDRB, that was £12, £18 altogether. SDRB, that one was £3 altogether, and that one SDRB, RB 5 and 10 is £15. Okay, thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next lesson.